Good day to all present here. My name is Matthew David, my USN 1GQ1680010, and I'm taking the Architectural Design 8th semester studio. For this 8th semester studio, we were given the topic, the redevelopment of the Johnson market. These are a few pictures depicting the market in the present day. The first picture shows the iconic polygonal roof structure which is present in the middle of the market, which I have retained in my present design. The second picture shows the very unhygienic meat and fish stalls that are present around the market. These are a few more pictures of the market which show you the market in its present day. This is the proposed site, which is 1.1 acres in size. And what I have done is I've used this particular area, which is currently just a landfill and is not being used in the right way. I've incorporated that into my site as well, where this is the site dimensions. The new site dimensions that I've taken, it comes up to 1.25 acres with just a small deviation into the landfill area, which is not being used at the moment. This is a small traffic data that we had collected. It shows the different kind of vehicles that travel at the different times of the day through the day, and it's an average study. These are a few utilities that are available in the market. This is a small visual map that we had created when we had visited the market. This is another visual map that I had personally created from around the market, and so these are the different viewpoints. So here we can see a section along the Leonard Lane that we had taken. So this entire analysis was done purely by me. I had gone personally to the market and done this entire analysis, and this was not done by the group. So this is the Leonard Lane section, and you can see that the traffic noises throughout the day are prevalent towards the latter side of the lane, whereas you can see where there's more amount of people, noises, and all of that. So this is a drawn out view of the lane with a few landmarks that are present in and around the Johnson market. Then a few of the other things that are there are the shaded tree cover in front of the Johnson market. It becomes like an interactive node. And then there's a Nandini milk parlor that also is a node for people in the morning that need to buy milk. The Johnson Market bus stop, which is a little away from the market, which is in front of the Baldwin Boys High School, also acts as a node for people commuting. The Kerala beef stall is also a very important node because a lot of people from all around the city still prefer to come and buy meat from here. These are two sections that are taken on either side of the market, the Leonard Lane and the Hazratabad Lane. So what I had also done is brought in a few of my urban design concepts that we had learned in our previous semester into this entire analysis. So the elements of the city, which is the path, node, edge, landmark, and district. So as we've seen in the past, we saw the nodes and the landmarks. So the edges, you can see that there's ample amount of street lighting. There's also shade, and there's quite some eyes on the street. But if you look contrary to that, where there's the cemetery and the police quarters, it's very monotonous, the same kind of building, and also there isn't much interaction space and also no parking. Whereas in the Johnson market, there's a lot of shade and seating where people park. There's semi-enclosed spaces, there's tree spread, which is quite large. There's also sidewalk seating, which there's a visual connect between people in and around. But the sidewalks are pretty poorly kept, which needs to be worked on. These are a few paths. These are a few sections that are taken, sections and elevations that were taken at a few streets that were around the market. The Hosur Road, the Rennes Street, the Alexandria Street, the Husserl Road Street Edge, the Alfred Street, the Richmond Town Edge, the Richmond Park Edge, and also the inner residential streets. So this is an olfactory analysis or a smell analysis which I had done around the Johnson Market. So as you can see, the raw meat smell which is present on this side, the cigarette smell on this side because of all the cafes that have come out, dust from mosque construction which is quite minute, dust from smoke in vehicles which is present through the main road, and also quite present the smell of raw meat and also the flour fragrance in cooked meat that's there all around the market is another major spell factor. Then this is the sound analysis, and this is the negative man-made sounds. So sounds from machinery used for the metro is one of the highest sounds, and it's quite disturbing. Pedestrian movement, which is also present around the market, and the mosque construction, sound from two-wheeler parking, and meat butcher shops, which are not too bad. It's only the metro that's being a big hindrance, but it's a temporary thing. So this is a SWOT analysis of the Johnson market. So we've taken the strength, weaknesses, and opportunities. I didn't find any threats personally per se. So the first one is presence of an existing market. So that's the strength. The weakness would be people occupying the periphery of the market and very few occupy the space inside. And opportunity would be to redesign it in order to provide equal opportunity for all the people. The second strength I saw was that the space occupied by people for parking, people feel safe to park their vehicles since there's eyes on the street provided by shopkeepers. But parking happens on both sides of the corridor, providing very minimal space for circulation and pedestrians. Providing of better parking facilities and wider corridors for circulation is an opportunity that I have seen. Then, the presence of a number of eateries, one of the oldest kebab restaurant, Fanus, makes the place a known landmark. But the narrow footpath becomes a problem during Ramadan and also makes the place more congested. So the opportunity that I've seen was providing a large open plaza for people to celebrate, which would used by various communities as a communal space for a lot of people. The threats would be the large number of people that are gathering, which causes parking problem and in turn traffic congestion, and can also pose as a threat for vehicular damages and accidents. So this was the existing land use map, and this is the proposed land use map for 2031, and you can see the difference in the map. This is a map with a rough idea of the building heights that are present in and around the locality. Most of the buildings are higher than 1 or 2 stories, and apartment buildings are also a norm around the market. These are the public places that are there around the market, but you can see a cluster of eateries next to the Johnson market due to the selling of meat, and a lot of people come from all around from all around the city just to eat at the market. So these were a few nodes that were there around the market. Johnson Market also being one of the major nodes. These were the footpaths available. This is a small mental map, and more than a mental map, is it's like a land use map, and it shows you the different type of people staying in the different kind of localities. So if you look more or less, there is a good amount of upper middle class housing, and also people who can afford and people who need a good market in their locality. These are a few type of street hawkers that I saw around the market. You have the small makeshift platforms, the roadside tables, people with push carts, which were many, table with the overhead shade built up makeshift stalls. There were also people on the floor. There were makeshift platforms. There was a floor with a small roof, again makeshift, platform with an umbrella, wheel carts, platform stall, and stall with storage. So these were a few open market. This was a few people that we wanted to include into our market. This is the proposed metro station that's coming up right next to the market. You can see that the site is present over here and the metro station coming here. What I wanted to do was include the metro station to be a part of the market and to make it one single unity where people who traveling in the metro can also use the market and continue their travel through the metro. These were a few entrances that I had proposed to give. So I proposed to give the service entrance from here and the two main entrances, one from this side and one from this side. This was a small bubble diagram that I had drawn out, and to have my open market in the front, closed market in the middle, drop-off area, leisure, admin or storage, and a docking station at the back. This is a small model and sketch of the current market space which is prevalent in right now. This is a sketch of the proposed market space with the metro station and the new design. So this is a walkthrough video of my design and my intervention of the redevelopment project, and I feel it's better to watch it first and then get into the details of the project. So that was the walkthrough video, and this is the plan of the market at 2 meters height. So you can see as you enter, there are slopes that take you to the park with an underpass under the road that take you into the parking of the metro station. And as you enter, there's a communal space. There's a communal space on this part of the market, that offers as a communal space for people to come and have have a bond between themselves and with others. And on the other side, there's a metro entrance that leads directly into the market from the metro station. And this area is the open market that has two types of vendors. These 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 stalls have space for carts to come and park themselves for one day, finish their thing, and they can take their carts back. Whereas here, we provided fixed counters that can be locked and closed. So this is the open market. When once you go inside, you see the kiosk, the quick food kiosks, or more, it's the Maka Cafe, which is how the community lives and thrives on the Sulaimani chai and the samosas that you get there. So those are quick foods and you don't need seating space. It's just for people to come and for a quick bite and then go. Whereas on this side, as you enter, it's a completely closed space and you have the fish stall, the mutton stall, and the beef stall all side by side. And people can use that. That is the meat market, which is glass walled and completely closed off. You also have the docking area with space for four vehicles to come, trucks to come and dock off and leave supplies. So this is the plan at the 6 meters, and you can see the mezzanine floor. You can also see raised the stairs that take you up. You have food stalls and food counters, which is which this area is known for. You also have the slope, which is wheelchair accessible, as well as trolley accessible for people to get for the restaurants to get in their supplies. There's public toilets available, and there's also seating available for people to come and enjoy the food hall. Next are the sections. This is a section taken along this line of the plan, and you can see that this is the inside of the open market. You can see the seating which is present here. You can see the meat stalls, the slope here, and also the different kind of eateries that are present there, and the quick bites area. So next, we have a cutout at the open market and the communal space. So you can see that you can see the communal space over here, which also goes into the ground and can also act as a performance area. Here you can see the open market with its stalls, and you can see the tensile structures that are present here. Another very important factor that I've kept is this particular tree, which is supposed to have been planted by Aga Ali Asgar, who owned the land, and it has sentimental value for the people living in and around the area. This is a section which is taken along the length of the site, where you can see the slope. You can see the areas of the quick bites. You can also see the uh, tensile roofs. The metro station is present over here, and this is the open market, and here is the docking area which can be seen at the back. So this over here, what you see is the horizontal jalis which are present, which I have used in this particular thing. It is a take from the Islamic architecture where they had vertical jali walls, but here I've taken it and used it as a shading device to shade the communal area and also act like invoking in a subtle sense. And over here you can see the tensile roof structures. They they form they form arches of their own from most directions that you look at it, which is also a subtle hint of Islamic architecture into this. Yeah. And here you can see how the pointed arches I have used, And this is this facade is almost the same as the facade that was present in the earlier Johnson Market, and it's almost a replica, but this is done in brickwork. This is a render of the market, a realistic render. As you can see, the stalls that have been designed, these are this. Here is the stall with the cart, and here you can see that there are stalls without carts as well. This is the perforated jali wall, and as you can see below is the performance area, or there's a stepped communal area for people to come and relax. This is another view where you can very see the carts here, whereas over here you can see that it's just tables and platforms where people can come and where vendors can come and have their do their sale. Another view of the entire thing. You can see the very clearly the roof structures. This is the view of the quick bites area with the slope that takes you to the mezzanine floor. This is a view from the quick bites area looking towards the top polygonal roof structure. The food hall with the polygonal roof structure. This is the docking station where the trucks can come and drop off all of the goods. This is a final render of the overall project and what it would look like. Thank you.